Okay, in this video we'll be looking at problem 1.20 on page 31. It says figure 1.4 is an ogive. Looks like ogive, it's pronounced ogive. It's a relative cumulative frequency plot. The amount of money spent by shoppers in exercise 1.11. You'll see the x-axis is the amount of money spent, and the y-axis is the relative cumulative frequency. And these plots will always be an increasing function. It will always get to 100% eventually. It's telling us, for instance, if you spent $10 per week, you're towards the bottom. It looks like you're about the 8th percentile. Only 8% of people spent 10 or less. If you spent $50, you're at, say, the 83rd or 84th percentile. And if you spend $100, you spend the most. Everybody spent underneath $100 in this distribution except for a very small percent. In each increase, you could figure out what percent of people spent in that amount. From 80 to 90, you see it went from, say, 91 to maybe 97. So this increase here represents about a 6% increase, and that's the 80 to 90 range. The largest increase looks like from 20 to 30. You see 20 is perhaps at 30%. $20 spent was 30%. $30 spent was about 60%. So roughly 30% of the distribution fell between $20 and $30 spent. Okay, let's see if we can answer these questions now. A says estimate the center of the distribution. Explain your method. Well, one measure of center is the median. The median is the 50th percentile. It's the center observation. Half are above and half are below. So I'm going to come on my percentage side, the relative cumulative frequency, find 50%, move until I hit my distribution, the curve, and then come on down. Looks right here. I'm going to say it's about $28, $27, whatever you might think there. That appears to be roughly the 50th percentile. So the median in this case is roughly 28. All right. B says, at what percentile would the shopper who spent $17 fall? Well, $17, here's 10, here's 20, so 17 might be about right here. Moving up to my curve, I hit about here. Moving to the left, maybe that's the 25th percentile. You can't tell for certain, but you could get a decent idea at it. I say 20 is at the 25th percentile, and the 25th percentile is called Q1. It's the median of the bottom half of the distribution. C says draw the histogram that corresponds to the ogive. We're going to omit C. You would use the procedure that I talked about, seeing the ranges. We could construct the bins, but we're not going to do that on this problem. So, looking back, A, the center, median in this case, of the distribution is approximately $28. I determined this by finding 50% on the y-axis and looking for the corresponding x value. B, a shopper who spent $17 would be at about the 25th percentile, and C, we will omit.